My name is Katie Kleist, and I've had Parkinson's for 18 years. I was diagnosed when I was 20 years old, and I'm now 38. It's been quite the journey and process to get to this point, but I'm so glad I'm here. It feels so happy and so right. So I first started noticing symptoms when I was in college, and I'd be walking to class, and my feet would just stop, and I wouldn't be able to walk well. And I remember calling my mom and telling her, and then we went to several neurologists, and eventually I was just diagnosed with Parkinson's several times. There was several years of grieving, sadness, hopelessness, loneliness. I did eventually get married at 27. I had my first son at 28, 28, and then my second son at 30, and it was really hard being pregnant with them, really hard. I could have stopped at one, but I wanted my first one to have didn't want him to be an only child, so I have two boys, 7 and 10. When I was at my lowest point, I had to switch medicine. I was at my lowest point, and my hardest time, my lowest point meaning my hardest time, is when I ran into Ned. He said, he pulled me over aside at a Parkinson's support group, and he said, "Hey, I've got some that I think you should try, and I think you'll like it." It was Rocksteady Boxing, and so I went, and I remember those first classes where they brought tears to my eyes. They were so hard. It was a fearful of falling. Everything was so hard, everything, and I stuck it out because I could tell, as hard as it was, as fatigued as it made me, as exhausted as I felt through it after it, I knew it was building up. I could feel it building up some goodness in me. So I stuck it out, and I'm never gonna stop. Exercise is key. It's better than the medicine I take in my mouth, and I love it. It helps me so much. What brings me here today? What brings me to join the Road to Slow Parkinson's Disease? I signed up for myself. I wanted to keep myself moving. It's fun to set goals to achieve and obtain and keep moving. So it makes me feel good. And I feel fit, and I feel better with my symptoms. I'm right on track for my goal, and I should be at 500,000 by the end of the year. I did 500,000 because I wanted a goal I knew I could achieve. I know my body, I know how I work, I know my stamina, I know my endurance, and I know everything about myself. So I knew this would be a good fit for me, and I'd be very glad and pleased and excited when I could achieve it at the end of the year.